might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
People used to tell me, hey, Frankie, you know why you're hiding behind the Bible? And I said, no, I'm not hiding behind the Bible. You know, I'm tired of being tired.
I became an LAPD explorer, and ever since then, I wanted to be a cop.
I have everything that I need now to do what I need to do. I had it before because I was doing it without it.
I love Trey Tech because my father came to Trey Tech when it was just a technical school.
So I was nominated as the best designer in California.
Education is the greatest tool we have to change our lives.
We want to grow, we want to learn, we want to make our lives better and make a difference in the world. Each and every one of you, I know, want to make a positive difference in this world. So one of the things we're going to talk about today, just to get the conversation going, is this disproportionate number of Black and Latino prisoners in this U.S. criminal justice system. Why is that?
It's big business. The more people they house, the more money that they get from the government a year. I think they said it costs $32,000 a year to house one person. And you imagine all the hundreds of thousands of people in the system.
I saw numerous females come in and out more than twice in the 9 months that I was there. So that just goes to show me that there is no rehabilitation. They need to implement some programs to get these people off the streets, off of drugs, off whatever their type of crime is, so they won't come back.
I was one of 5 Black prisoners there, and it held 400 people and it was only 5 Blacks. The law that brought in African Americans and Latinos did not come into effect until 1987, when the drug laws were changed in the United States. Crack was the catalyst that brought in African Americans and Latinos.
I was raised in New York, and I come from a dysfunctional family, and on the streets I found my family that was in gangs. And in California, when I came over here in 1987, a lot of guys got incarcerated because of gang violence. Drive-by shootings, 4 or 5 walking down the street deep. There was a lot of murders. So they had to control what was going on.
My path of destruction started in 81, October 7th, 1981, when my mom got shot. October 7th, 1982, on a Thursday, she passed away.
Who shot her?
Her boyfriend shot her.
In front of you?
Yeah, they were both drunk.
You were how old?
15. 14 going on 15, and 15 going on 16 when she passed away. So that was my first night with drinking Mad Dog 2020 and snorting crystal meth to ease the pain. My first crime was committed because it was drug related, which is in 85. In 2004, October 18th is my sobriety date. I was on a bus stop with this guy I know, and he told me this, man. And it changed my life, what he said to me. I had a moment of clarity. He said to me, he said, "Big dog, man, you're always looking good, man, and you always got money in your pocket. How would your mother feel if she knew you was fucking with this dope? Would you turn over in her grave?" This was October 17th, Sunday, 2004, and I had a moment of clarity.
Barbara Ashley from Uganda, East Africa, and this is my daughter, Maria Ashley. My first 3 to 3 months, I slept on the street on 5th and Main. I stayed there for 2 days. But with those 2 days, I found 2 friends. Life wasn't easy there. So I pretended to be a boy. And the only people who knew who I was, really, there were those 2 friends, the lady and the gentleman. I find a box because me, I was lucky to fit in a box. For them, they were a bit bigger and strong, so they couldn't. So that was my home for some 3 months. From there, I got into assisting transition house, where they helped me to go for welfare. So when I got on welfare, that's where they introduced me to go back to school.
Being born in America, period, all you need is a social security number and an ID, and you can do whatever you want to do in life. And I didn't have that. I was born in Trinidad and Tobago. I played around in high school, like I'm not gonna go to school. Turned 18, it became so hard. I didn't have an ID. I didn't have a social security. I had literally no identity, and I fell into the wrong people. I fell into the wrong crowd, and I did what I did. But now, like trying to come back to school and get my life right, like show my daughter, like, you can do anything that you want to do. I surprise myself every day.
And we had to go through what we went through, but I wouldn't change nothing, because what I went through, I probably wouldn't be here today.
14 years ago, with my pivot point, I gave myself to the Lord. I started working for chaplains. So now I'm in trade tech. I learned how to turn the computer on. I'm a great artist. In prison, I was drawing and painting. That was the only way that I could escape from prison. I entered in kind of a competition the other day, 39 countries, 360 entries, and mine was number 7. This was done in Germany. I also go and help Homeboys Industry, prep program, to Bashuba. I help Francisco Homes, Friends Outside. I feed the homeless downtown. I do numerous community services. That's the only way I can give back to the community. I also give 110% to Dr. Linda, because she was the one who taught me how to go to these workshops, get a job in college.
I have a friend that is a lifer right now, and I was her bunkie in jail, and she was telling me, she was a fire explorer, and she was telling me about this inner city wildland firefighting crew that was in Lincoln Heights near my house. And she's like, hey, go check it out. There's a bunch of gang members. And I was like, okay, let's go check it out. So I went and checked it out, and sure enough, the whole crew was Hispanics and blacks that had just got out of prison and have done firefighting camps for CDC. We really want to do this firefighting thing. What more can I do than to give back to the community and be of service to something that, save lives, environment protection, wildlife, everything. So I went back to LA Valley College, and they have a Type 2 firefighting crew, them and Rio Hondo, and which is a really, really good program. And I just didn't see a counselor or nothing. I just said, I'm gonna take all these fire courses. So my first 2 semesters, I finished my major classes, and I've received a certificate in fire technology.
In the month of January 2011, I was fired, I was evicted, and I was separated from my ex-husband, all in the same month. I had nowhere to go. I had nothing but literally the clothes on my back. I went, confirmed that I was pregnant. I gave birth to my daughter in August 2011. She is everything that I live for. She's everything. She is the reason that I breathe. She's the reason I'm in school. She's the reason that I work. She saved me when I wanted to commit suicide from all the stuff that I've been through. I just look at her and I know that it's so much more to life than just a man telling you that you don't have to depend on a man for anything. Man or woman, you can do anything that you want to do. You just have to push. Trade Tech has been, other than my daughter, this has been a lifesaver. It keeps me out of trouble. People laugh when I say I can't afford to go to jail. I have a daughter. I can't go to jail. No, are you serious? I don't argue with people because I cannot go to jail. I stay away. I'm going to school for child development, and even with that, my past, I've done nothing but babysat kids, raise somebody else's child. I have my own child. She's a hot mess, but she gives me experience, with the kids. I'm quiet and I'm reserved because I know I have a purpose. I'm going somewhere in life. In my life, I know it's going nowhere but up now. Like, you can't stop me.
I met a man in Texarkana, the Federal Correctional Institute in Texarkana, Texas, and his name was Michael Milken. He was next door to me, and he would ask me about my life, and I would tell him. So when he got ready to go home, he told me, he said, you don't have to be like this, you can be like me. He said, in fact, when you get out and you've decided to change, look me up, I'll give you a job. Along the way, I began to see what education can do for people and how you could change. I have a son, and he told me, he said, Dad, why don't you go to Trade Tech? Because he had been here to apply for the culinary program. I just completed the culinary program June the 8th. I received my certificate. I am the past student representative for the whole culinary and baking department. I traveled to Dallas, Texas to represent Trade Tech in the Culinary Challenge in 2012. I've been asked to work at some high-end restaurants. I had an opportunity to work at the new JW Marriott in its restaurant. So Trade Tech is my savior.
I was nominated as the best designer in California, and I was also nominated as the best designer in all the districts for all the colleges in the district. And recently I was working for one of the high-end designer for men. According to, I didn't do men's clothes, but according to my work, so he hired me without looking through anything. So recently the job ended, so it went into mass production, and now recently I am hired by one of the best designer who dress a lot of celebrities. It's called Mark Zanino. They are in Beverly Hills, so I work there like one day, like doing handwork. So far that's where I am now.
Wow.
I've never seen a person with a can-do attitude fail. They might stumble, but they never fall. That's it.